So now we're down here on the second page. We're going to do all our practice problems. And we're going to start with problem F. So I have 4 times x minus 3 times x plus 2 divided by x squared plus 9. Let's go ahead and 4 x minus 3 x plus 2. Now let's go ahead, I don't think this is factored, so let's go ahead and I'm going to get out of this screen and go into my calculator and factor x squared minus 9. So menu, and then we go 3 for algebra, 2 for factor, and that's going to be x squared minus 9. Put that in, hit enter, and that should give us x plus 3, x minus 3. So we'll go ahead and we're going to put that onto the bottom of our equation there as it's factored. Let's go back over to our equation. So that's going to be x plus 3, x minus 3. So now that we have our problem completely factored, what can we get rid of out of this? X minus 3, yes. So we'll go ahead and get rid of our x minus 3s. It's going to give us x plus 2 over x plus 3. And that right there will be our final answer. X plus 2, x plus 3. Just bring down the 4. So it's going to be 4 times x plus 2 over x plus 3. If you want to, you can multiply that out. So we have 4x plus 8 over x plus 3. Now, when we're doing homework, review, test, formative assessments, etc., I will take either of these answers. So you can keep it in this form if you would like, or you can put it in this form. I'm not going to mark you down no matter which form you have it in. So you can go ahead and use either of these forms for your problem. Whoops. So that's problem F. So let's go ahead and we're going to move over to problem G. So for problem G, we have 7x squared minus 49x divided by 3x squared minus 23x plus 14. So we're going to have to factor that whole mess out. I know what let's go ahead and we're going to use our calculators. Just give me 1 minute. So the first is 7x squared minus 49x. I'm going to go ahead and erase this so we don't get confused. So I'm going to factor, so menu 3, 2. So I'm factoring first 7x squared minus 49x. 7x squared minus 49x. So that's my numerator. That will give me 7x times x minus 7. For our denominator, do the same thing. That is going to be x squared minus 23x plus 14. And so that's going to give us x minus 7 times 3x minus 2. So we're going to go back to our problem and just put those factors into our problem. So it's going to be 7x times x minus 7 divided by x minus 7 times 3x minus 2. So once we have everything factored out, this is the form that we have. Now that we have fully factored everything out, we can start taking things out that don't belong here. So is there anything top and bottom that we could remove? X minus 7, yes. So let's get rid of both of these x minus 7s. So we're going to have 7x divided by 3x over 2, or 3x minus 2, excuse me. And that's our final answer for that practice problem. I apologize, I do not have the whole presentation up with the answers. I will be getting that up by the weekend. So over the weekend, we will have these problems all solved for you in there. So if you do miss anything, or you want to go back over anything, you can just go into open access. I should have this up in Spanish and English by Monday. Also, I apologize again. I will translate this into Spanish too, since I know we have some Spanish speakers. I will also translate this into Spanish for you. So it looks like we have all of that written down. So let's go to our next problem. This one's going to be H. So what we have here, I've got 7x squared minus 56x plus 84 divided by x squared minus 5x minus 6. So what I would like you guys to do is factor that for me on your calculator and tell me what we're going to have here for our factors. So we're going to go ahead and solve this one. So what we've got here, looks like we had a lot of people with the correct answer on that one. So I've got 7 times x minus 6 times x minus 2 and little kid and caboodles divided by x minus 6 times x plus 1. rid of both of our x minus 6's here, so it's going to be 7x, or 7 times x minus 2 divided by x plus 1, which also equals 7x minus 14 divided by x plus 1. And either of these answers will be acceptable. If you want to multiply it out, great. If you don't, that's fine too. That is what we are going to work on with that. So basically we're going to spend a whole day doing a lot of factoring. Factoring is our key to get to our answer. Okay, so we have everybody's pencils here. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to be moving on to the next page, which here says homework 9.1. This is not homework 9.1. We're going to be doing this in class. So we can go ahead. And we're going to start with the first problem, which is my 2x cubed, y cubed, divided by 4 times y to the 4th, c to the 4th. I'm going to expand that one out like crazy. 2 x, 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 y, y, y. That's going to be 4. And we just blow that up and factor that out. This is what we have. So now, once we have this, what do we want to do next? Now that we're totally factored. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these things, top and bottom, that are matching. So I can get rid of this y here, and this y here, and this y here, and this y here. This y here and this y here. I don't have any x's down here. I don't have any z's up here. Now I can reduce 2/4. So what that's going to give me is x cubed, xxx. It's going to be 2 on the bottom. I've got a y left over. And I've got 4 z's. So these guys will be the easiest ones to solve, the monomials. That's just basically making sure you're just getting rid of all of the goodies that you need to get rid of. We're going to go for the next problem here, and that's going to be number 2 on the homework. So do we need to factor anything here? Or are we fully factored? We are fully factored. So this is nice. This is an example of our polynomial versus polynomial in factored form. So this is one of our simple ones. All we need to do is get rid of anything that's duplicating. So do I have anything here I can get rid of? X minus 5, yes. That's going to give us a total of x plus 6 over
Thank you.
So this is going to be practice problem. Oh, no, that's right. I take that back. forgotten, oops. So we're gonna do the second problem here by hand, since I did not print out a slide for it. And it's going to be 8x squared plus 20x minus 12 divided by 2x. Are we fully factored on the top and the bottom? Nope, we're not. So what we're going to do next is we're going to factor this here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug that into my handy dandy calculator here. That's going to be 8x squared plus 20x minus 12. And that gives me is 4 times x plus 3 times 2x minus 1 divided by so we're looking at this problem here. 4 times the x plus 3 times 2x minus 1. Over 2x. What does that look like from our examples that we worked earlier? Which one does that look like? Looks like polynomial over monomial. So then what do we want to do, since we know this is a polynomial over a monomial? Yep, we're going each term here. So that's 4 over 2x. I take that back a little. I'm sorry about that. So we can actually do it this way too. 8x squared over 2x plus 20x divided by 2x minus 12 divided by 2x. All right, so first, so here we just go ahead and just divide that into 3 and do our division. So what is 8 divided by 2? 3, 4. X squared divided by 2x, that's x to the 2, minus x to the 1 is going to give me x. What is 20 divided by 2? 10. X divided by x? That's going to be 1. So 4x plus 10. And we can divide these up. That's going to be 1 and 6. So that's going to be minus 6 over x. So that's just another example of the second one there of our polynomial versus monomial. You know, I wish they would have taught this to us before we did polynomial division, to be perfectly honest with you, because this is making much more sense than polynomial division did. I wish we would have been able to cover this a little bit earlier, but we're here now. So I'm going on to the next problem. One after, good. Okay, so I'm looking at this problem here. This is going to be number Or, where's number 3? We did. Nope, there's number 3. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, is everybody have this down? So I'm gonna erase it. This is number 3 right here. Sorry about that. So I have x minus 5, x plus 6, we get rid of our x minus 5s. And that one's gonna look like our polynomial divided by polynomial in a factored form, which is gonna give us again our x plus 6, x minus 3. So now we can move on to number 4 now that we've got number 3. So if I'm looking at this, I've got 10 times 3 minus 6 times x plus 4 divided by 5 over x minus 3. Does this look like it's fully factored? Top and bottom. On here, is there anything we really can factor down from this top, from the numerator? No. Denominator's about the same. So, okay. So basically what we're looking at here is now, I want to cross this off and give this a 2 and give that a 1. But looking at this, that's really all I can do. Unless, go ahead, and if number 3 here, if 2 are close together, we multiply it times negative 1. So what I'm going to do is on both ends, I'm going to multiply times negative 1. So that's going to give me negative 2. It's going to give me 2. So 3 minus x times negative 1. What is negative x times 1? Negative 1. X. And then negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. So it's going to be the same thing as x minus 3. X minus 3. And then x plus 4. And down here, I'm going to have my negative 1. X minus 3. Okay. Now that we have it looking like this, can we start getting rid of some things? Get rid of x minus 3. So then what I'm going to have here is 2 times x plus 4 over negative 1. So that negative 2 times x plus 4. Or we have negative 2x minus 8. So either of these answers would be acceptable. So we had to use a couple different things when we solved this. First we had to, we had to use our negative 1 rule there to be able to get our numerator and our denominator to match so we can get rid of that x minus 3 here. So basically, this is what we are doing. So, clear as mud? Right. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, great. So we're going to move on to our next one here. That's going to be number 5 on our sheet. here's number 5. That's gonna be x squared minus 16x plus 63 divided by 9 minus x. Where do I start? Let's go ahead and factor. I'm gonna factor the top one here. So we have x squared. Gonna do 2 for algebra. Oh, excuse me. 3 for algebra. 2 for factor. And that is going to be x squared minus 16x plus 63. And that'll give us our 2 factors of x minus 9 times x minus 7. So once we have these 2 factors, we can go ahead and plug them back into our equation. Got x minus 9. X minus 7. Divided by 9 minus x. What would I do next? So we can't really cancel anything out right there. So let's go ahead and let's do our -1 multiplication trick. So we've got 9 minus x times -1. So what is -x times -1? X. And -1 times 9? -9. So that's going to be the same as x minus 9. So let's go ahead and we can rewrite this. X minus 9 times x minus 7 divided by, oops, and that's going to be also times -1 divided by x minus 9. So now that we're here, can we take out anything from there? Let's get rid of the x minus 9. So those 2. So what we end up with is -1 times x minus 7. So that will equal 7 minus x. So that's our answer for that problem, 7 minus x. So as you see, we kind of take little tricks when we're solving our problems. We take some of the different strategies to work them to actually get to the end of these. So this one here is like that. Let me go ahead and let you guys get that copy down. Go ahead and we're going to move over to the next one since everyone has that one written down. We're moving to the next problem. So let's go ahead and go. Right. So this should be number 6. So we have our x squared plus 4x minus 45 divided by x plus 9. Factor the top there. This would be x squared plus 4x minus 45. That gives us x plus 9 and x minus 5. That's going to be over for looking at this. Are we ready to start canceling, or do we need to do any additional steps? Let's start canceling. So that gives us our total of x minus y. For our solution number. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do next is here's my equation, x squared minus 11x plus 28 divided by x squared minus x minus 42. So I want everybody to do the first step for me, which is factoring the top and the bottom. And I want to see what everybody gets. So go ahead and factor the top and the bottom. And I'll walk around, make sure you guys are on the right spot there. So our first step here is we're going to factor everything. What's this ring? Never bad right now. So what I have here is x minus 7 times x minus 4 divided by x minus 7 times x plus 6. What would you like me to do next? So our answer is going to be x minus 4 over x plus 6. So now we're going to move to number 8 in our problems here. Here we go. We have 3x plus minus 6 divided by 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. So go ahead and factor the numerator and denominator for me and let me know what you get. So remember, before we start dividing, we want to make sure everything's factored. That's pretty easy factored there. So we had 3 times x minus 2 for the top. For the bottom, we had x minus 2 times 2x plus 1. So that gives us an answer of 3 over 2x plus 1. So we got 2 more problems left. I get you there. So let's go ahead and let you guys finish this up, copying it, and we're going to go on to number 9. So I have 5x squared plus 20x divided by 6x cubed plus 45x squared plus 84x. Okay, so what does my numerator factor out to? What did you guys get? We have 3x. X plus 4, yeah. 2x plus 7. Great. What we have here is, now can we get rid of these 2 x's here? So we have a 5x divided by 3x. So since these are each factored and they're factors, not terms, can we get rid of those 2 x's? Yes, we can, because x divided by x is 1. So we're going to go ahead and just take these guys out of existence. So what we end up with is 5 over 3 times 2x plus 7 or 5 over 6x plus 20. So either one of those will be correct. So the name of the game here when we're simplifying is going to be the factoring. And I know that factoring does take a long time, that's why we're going with the calculator, because otherwise we spend all of our time factoring and probably none of our time solving and simplifying equations. So we've got number 10 coming up next. Let's see what we got here. Got on my pencil. Oh, still got a pencil going. Let's go on to the last one. So now this one, I'm gonna have you guys tell me what the answer is when you're done. So go ahead and solve this one for me and you guys tell me the answer. come up with for an answer once we've factored everything. We have 3x minus 2 over x minus 4. So what I would like everybody to do is to get your kitten here and your paperwork. Take both of these and put them in your folder. Just make sure these guys in your folder here. Now I'm going to give you guys the next 20 minutes to finish up the exit ticket. So go ahead, you guys can use your calculators and your notes. You will give this to me on your way out the door. I will come by and collect the folders, and then just give you your exit ticket on the way out the door. After this, once you're done solving everything, you can chillax for a few minutes.